Hi,
Twilight
welcome to the
Threesome.
Vaguely Anime Podcast. I am one of the hosts today of the sadly bad-named Twilight Threesome. And I am, at best, the indifferent host, Michael. Followed by the overly enthusiastic Twilight Threesome member,
Wait,
Sage.
if this is the Twilight Threesome between the two of you, who's Edward and who's Jacob?
And
he's
the
Jacob.
and
He's Jacob.
I think he's
100
Jacob
trillion
too,
percent
yeah.
He's Jacob. Yeah.
wow, no, that I don't want to. I don't
You're
wanna,
not.
I
But
don't wanna be
you're
involved
not
with
the fuck.
kid.
You're not the baby
not
fucker.
baby
Like you're not a
fucking
baby
Jacob,
fucker.
But you have Jacob energy.
I don't want to be the you named my kid after the Loch Ness monster guy.
Bella says that.
I know,
Oh, okay.
but I'm the one that named her
Oh.
whatever. I guess. Anyway,
Oh, the nickname?
yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot what it was.
Nessie.
Oh, Nessie. Yeah.
And the Edward of the group apparently, who twinkles in the sun.
Oh, that I do.
Sparkling.
Anthony. And
Also, wait, speaking about Nessie, when they're gonna go talk with the Volturi because they think
Oh, we're getting right into it, aren't we?
because they
God,
think
I really
Renesmee
didn't think we were doing this.
is an immortal child. She gets Edward and her fake passports, right? So they can flee the country or whatever. And they on the fake passport, her name is Vanessa, and I was like, that's such a better name. Why didn't you just name this bitch Vanessa?
because
Instead
her
of
parents
I don't
are the
care.
worst.
Yeah. Her
They're
parents are the
cardboard
worst.
cutouts of humans who are naming their child what they think a human would name a child.
But also, her middle name is Carly. Carly is a perfectly normal name. Why didn't you name her
Because somebody
Carly?
else named her that.
No, she picked that as the middle name. I don't understand.
She wanted to be different.
Shit is wild.
It's the same
Fucking
logic that
barf.
fucking celebrities name their children for.
The fucking barf.
Yeah, like how the lead singer of Korn named his kid Pirate.
Yeah,
but
or
that's-
or
I kinda like that,
or
Do you?
yeah.
or as we were just talking about, Dweezil.
Not Dweezil.
Dweezil
fuck is
Zappa.
Dweezil Underwood.
Oh,
you
Dweezil
were
Zappa. Yeah, I know. This
Yes.
is, yeah.
Yeah, or Blanket Jackson or Apple.
Apple.
Whatever
that's,
the fuck
what,
Gwyneth
Paltrow's
Paltrow's
kid's
daughter.
name is.
Who I think just turned 18
Maybe.
Yeah, but see, Apple is the worst. I mean, is the least bad
of the bunch.
out of all of
Which
them.
Out of
was-
Dweezil, Blanket, and Apple.
Wait,
Yes.
which was one? Brand muffin?
And Pirate. And
No,
Pirate.
it was Diva Thin Muffin.
Thin muffin.
Diva
I was
Thin
close.
Muffin. Who the
And
fuck
then
is
and
that?
then there's Sage Moonblood
But
See,
that
but
one
that's
rules.
cool.
Yeah, that one rules.
or Gravity Smith.
Who's that?
If let's say I had
was
three
nobody. It
kids.
was a random
let's say
person.
I
Oh,
had
okay.
3
Random
kids,
celebrity
and
nobody knew.
one was Sage Moonblood, and one was Gravity, and then my third kid, you're fucking thin muffin, all right?
Sage Moonblood is kind of tough.
That
that's
fucking
a hard.
slaps.
That's a
Why
hard
is my name not Sage Moonblood?
Because I don't know.
I got the first part.
It's funny though, because I was literally just editing that episode, and when you heard that name and you went, "Wow, that sucks," because you were like, "What if it's just eternal period?"
I just had that same thought. It just made me think of periods.
Yeah, but it's a guy, and then so they're fine.
Well,
Wait, Sage Moonblood's a guy?
Yeah.
Oh,
but I
that'll
think
do it.
Sage is a unisex
Sage
name.
is a unisex.
Ah, yeah,
name.
it definitely is.
100%.
Well, there are also a bunch of names that are unisex that you wouldn't really
Mutant
think are.
names?
Leslie.
Leslie's.
Ashley.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ash Williams.
I love
Bobby.
Ashley. for
Bobby,
a
I
guy.
know.
Bobby's
There's
unisex.
enough women that I've known with Bobby, but I feel like it's a name you usually, if you were
I feel
just learning English, wouldn't think would be.
I
one.
mean,
I
this
feel
might
like
sound
Bobby
a little
is
ignorant.
an older, unisex name, if that makes sense.
This might sound a little ignorant, but I feel like only people from the South that are girls
Bobby
are
Joe.
named Bobby.
Yeah, that's absolutely
Like
correct.
BOBBI.
Yeah.
You know, and the guy variation is BOBBY.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was working with a doctor
Name Bobby.
named Bobby. Her name was
Dr.
Bobby.
Bobby.
BOBBI. And I
Yeah.
was like, yeah, okay.
It's always with the I if it's a girl.
Yeah.
I've
We also
noticed.
got Jesse.
Jesse. That's pretty common.
Yeah.
Jesse. Taylor.
Taylor's
Taylor.
Taylor.
very common.
Charlie, for sure.
I remember
Anyway.
in elementary school there was a girl named Charlie who went to our school, and I don't know why, but this bitch was so fucking athletic, it was ridiculous.
I've never known a not cool Charlie.
No,
that's a
like,
girl.
okay, so in elementary, and maybe she also went to middle school with us, I can't remember, but you had to do 1 pull-up for, a fitness test. This bitch did, 10 in 5th grade.
Damn, go off, Queen.
And I was
honestly.
like-
Fucking hell yeah.
Okay.
No, I've never
Okay.
known a not cool Charlie.
Yeah.
As a girl, I've known a couple loser male Charlies, but I've known only cool female
I feel
Charlies.
like I've only known 2 Charlies in my life. That girl from my elementary school and one guy from my college.
Was he a loser?
Oh God, how many
He was
Charlies
kind
do
of
I know?
like a chill stoner kind of guy.
All right.
I knew a Charlie who was just basically a walking rock, and then
Like The
I
Rock?
know no
Dwayne the
no
Dwayne?
like
a personality
piece
of a
stone.
brick.
Like Dents?
Yeah. No,
Personality
like
of a brick.
very nice gentleman, very nice guy, just a rock, just absolutely devoid of any character. Absolutely lovely man though.
Devoid of all
devoid
human,
of all character, all
human
humanity.
emotions.
Devoid of all humanity. I feel like he was the type of person where like he would just be like completely mellow and just be like, "Hey, what's going on, man?" But then when like an attack happened, he would just like break out like 2 swords and would just like be like this insane like
We gotta
master.
fucking go!
Of, like, yeah. Just exactly. Yeah,
Whips out of nowhere,
out
too.
of nowhere. Yeah, exactly.
Flips coat.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah, he's wearing a trench coat at all times just
Yeah, he
in
is
case.
absolutely the guy you would call in to like neutralize a threat.
Zombie
Yeah.
apocalypse, and you're like,
Yeah.
I gotta call this man.
I gotta call Charlie, the walking
Charlie,
rock.
where are you?
Yeah. So,
Send
but he
help.
was a really nice guy. I hope he's doing okay. Sorry if you watch our show, Charlie. Sorry I called you a rock. I'm trying to think. I think that was the only Charlie I've ever known in my life. Hello. Oh, sorry. I think that was the only Charlie I've ever known in my life. I mean, besides like Charlie XCX, who I feel like I know on a spiritual level.
I feel that.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Oh wait, so sorry, you said zombies and it just made me think of this.
Yeah.
Did you either of you watch this like? Fuck, I don't even know what it's called. It's a zombie movie, and it's a Korean movie.
I did watch a zombie
Train
movie
to
recently.
Busan?
No,
Oh.
it's
Funny,
like
funny
it's,
stage.
Hangover
I
movie.
did watch a zombie movie recently.
really.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so it's
And
like
it was set in Asia.
I think it came out like a year or two ago.
Okay.
Was it called The Sadness?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, 'cause that's the
It
one I
was-
watched.
It was about some guy who like basically only lived to play video games.
Oh, Alone.
Is that it?
Yeah, I watched that too. And then he sees like the girl,
Right.
yeah, in the apartment, and they like talk, and then she comes over to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. That was okay. It was.
But
it was
no,
not a
the
bad
reason
movie.
what made me think of it, I was like, how would I be in a zombie apocalypse?
Yeah, they just remade it with the guy from Entourage. One of the guys from Entourage.
I don't know what Entourage is.
Oh, it was like a show on HBO for like toxic males.
okay.
Wait, is
so-
Entourage is Entourage a show where like Trump like got an assistant?
No, that was The Apprentice.
Oh, I was
Mm,
close.
yes.
No, Entourage was like it was about like an actor who was like addicted to drugs and like his like publicity team
Oh.
and his lawyer and like they were all like best friends. So like they just like were annoying together.
I see.
It was
Yeah,
called, it was
you
called
know-
Alive. Alone was
Alive.
the English version.
That's what it is. Alive. Yeah. Alive is not bad. He's like a Twitch streamer.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not
he
a bad
like-
movie.
He like games and stuff. And
Yeah.
then
All right. Well, so hold on. So what? All right. So let's go into the whole zombie apocalypse thing
Right.
for a bit here.
Yeah.
What have you guys ever thought about if there was one?
Of
course.
Like a plan, and what is your plan?
Unnaturally, sometimes I would think about
Okay.
it.
Well, then Sage, we'll start with you. What was your plan that you thought of?
Yeah.
I feel like my plan would be one, panic. That would be first thing.
Okay.
But I wouldn't leave my house. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I would just be like pacing around in my living room,
Sure.
being like, holy shit, I'm going to die. Everyone I know is already dead.
Yeah.
Even if that wasn't true. Well, let's say everybody's okay to begin with. I'm like,
Everyone's like, all of the friend group is outside
Yeah,
Sage's house
people-
trying to get her to like so we can leave, and
Let's
she's like,
fucking
they're all
go.
dead.
No, I'm
They're all
gonna
dead.
be
We're
like-
Sage, we're right here.
I'd be like, it's a ruse. The zombies know. They're trying to get me.
But here's
yeah.
the thing, though. I feel like we've, as like a society, have consumed so much zombie media that if there, in the event that there was a zombie apocalypse, we'd be fine.
No,
I mean,
because
no,
here's
there'd
the
be
thing.
some
Here's
pretty
the thing.
stupid
If-
people.
if
Yeah,
you're- if you're
but I
gonna-
mean, naturally, yeah. But like, I feel like at the end of the day, it would be like a Dead Rising 2 type situation.
I don't know because one,
You know what I mean?
I have zero fighting skills. My only skill in any game where I have to fight people is running away.
All right, well, so like, cause I feel like it always depends on the type of zombie, right?
Right.
Like if it's like
I
if
was
it-
just gonna
if
say
it's
that
like
too.
Yeah.
Dead Rising,
Yeah.
not the game, but like just like literal dead corpses rising from the
Yeah.
ground, or if it's like a parasite
Yeah.
or something, because like if it's the dead are rising from the earth, right? Easiest plan: go somewhere super hot or super cold, because they'll freeze or decompose,
But
Or just go to an island.
Is it?
or an island.
But the problem when you think about things like that, you still need resources. You're still human.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah.
you can just go to Alaska or some shit, or Canada. Like, there's still places that you can do things there.
Yeah, the zombies are in Alaska and Canada.
Right. But you can like go to places that are cold, right? And like go get the supplies and then just go back to more of the freezing area or more of the heat area. I'd probably personally go heat, but like
Oh, I was gonna say. I'd
See,
probably
I
go
have
cold.
I have two different plans depending on the like you said before. There's like a type of zombie, right? So like
yeah, are they slow moving?
that's
like,
my thing.
Like
Are
no
they slow
brain
moving
zombies,
like?
or are they like?
Or are they, like-
quick
are we
on
talking
their
Night of the
feet?
Living Dead or,
Night of the Living
like-
Dead or
World
Dawn
War
of
Z?
or whatchamacallit? I was gonna say Dawn of the
Zombieland?
Dead.
Oh,
Oh.
Dawn
gonna
of the
say,
Dead.
'cause,
There are
like,
like
Zombieland, they're
sprinters
pretty-
in that movie.
I was thinking World
they're
War
pretty
Z. but-
quick.
Yeah, well, I mean both work.
Yeah.
But like,
But isn't World War Z more like it's like an infection that's turning people into like?
Well, yeah, that's the parasite infection.
right, and they're trying to
Yeah.
like cure it or whatever.
Yeah.
that movie's also like nothing like the book. So
Yeah, but honestly, don't hate
I
that
don't-
movie.
I don't hate that movie
I do enjoy
either.
that movie. There's
I
I
don't
think
hate
I've
that
talked about
movie
this in the podcast before, but I think a legitimately really good scene is when they're in the apartment and they're going up the stairs and it's only lit by like the flare.
Yeah.
And like they go through that whole sequence and then at the end he just runs over to the edge of the building, starts like counting down and is gonna hurl himself off the building if he like is infected. I think it's one of the coolest scenes.
it's a good scene. I also really like the scene when they're in the hospital at the end of the movie and they have to go get like the suppressant, and there's like the Italian doctor there and they have to like weave their way through like all of like the zombies and the thing. I think that movie's filled with like really good moments.
But
Okay.
but yeah, so your plan.
So my plan: step 1, panic.
Right.
Step 2, realize panicking is literally not helping me at all. If anything, it's hindering me right now.
Right.
I think I would like figure out what do I have already where I am, like in my own home.
Mm-hmm.
What is absolutely vital that I must leave my house to get.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I'm not gonna fucking go out and be like, let me get fucking.
So you're
more ramen
camping
noodles.
out, like you're
Yeah,
you're
like
staying-
sta-
I,
you're
I
staying
think
at
I
your
think
house.
I wouldn't leave my house unless I.
Are we
knew
talking your house or the apartment?
the apartment?
Okay.
Because I feel like to go to my parents' house, I feel like I would be more at risk there.
I feel like that house is in the middle of nowhere though.
Yeah, I
It
feel like that'd be
is,
like a
but it
nice
isn't,
sanctuary.
You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah.
There's too many windows. There's too much like glass doors all over the
Fair enough.
place. I'm like, I am way
That
too
is true. If they
Real-
follow you there,
Although
you're fucked.
realistically, like living in New York, right? Like you could just pretty much go north enough and you'd be in the middle of fucking nowhere.
like
anyway.
go
You
up
really
in
could,
the
yeah.
bushes type deal.
Yeah, just like go to the rural area.
But
Farms,
so like
open land.
figure out
You
what
can
I
see
have,
whatever's coming towards you.
or if it was possible for me to like go somewhere where people I knew already were like camping out type deal, like share resources, all that jazz. Know that nobody is infected. We're not doing none of this fakery bullshit.
Well, so like I feel like if,
Of,
if
"Oh,
it's
I
Dead
got
Rising
infected,
thing,
but
everybody
I'm
should be
okay."
yeah, everybody should be fucking wearing like duct tape, like long sleeve shirt type shit, because like you can't bite through that.
Okay, but here's the problem. I feel like with the American population and the way we handled COVID,
oh no, we'd be fucked.
like the
Yeah,
sheer
yeah.
stupidity that would be happening.
Honestly, quite a lot of the world would be pretty fucked.
Yeah. And so I'd be like, who do I know that I know? Like, I'd be like, okay, Kirsten, you are a very responsible person. I got a tag team with Kirsten, but neither Kirsten nor I have any fighting skills. So we got to find, like, somebody who has fighting skills.
Hey, I never even got COVID.
neither have I.
neither.
If that helps
Neither have I.
my case.
But, like, so I feel like it would be either I'm just going to stay in my apartment. Sorry, cats, you got to go. One less mouth to feed. Just, sorry, bye.
Wow.
I know, it's,
That's
it's
tough.
terrible, but
Can't believe
So
you're
you would
getting
feed
rid
your
of
cat. You would feed
the
your
cats,
to the.
if I die, the cats will eat me.
No, but I'm saying you would feed your cats to the zombie.
I wouldn't feed them, but
No,
I'd be
'cause I
like,
don't
you
think- will
gotta
the zombies
go,
even
run.
go after the cats?
Oh, run.
Take
What?
your chances in the wilderness.
Do zombies ever like go after like cats and dogs?
I feel
and
like
stuff?
a lot
I
of
don't
times they
know.
don't go after animals.
I guess it depends. Sometimes they do.
Maybe they know it's not worth it.
Yeah,
Because I feel
sometimes-
like a zombie versus a lion not gonna go well. For the zombie.
But also,
Nah,
I think
go
like
well.
certain like household pets that maybe they're just so small that it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, it's like.
But
not
also, like, if
worth
we're
it.
talking like World War Z zombies, like
yeah, where
we're
they can
all
stack
fucked.
on top of each other.
Yeah, like we're all
'cause
fucked.
World War Z zombies, their only objective is like to infect more people.
Yeah,
right?
and like they're sprinting, they're
Yeah,
fucking
they
taking
are-
shit out.
They're doing like the Olympics out there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And-
and they don't have like they don't have to rest.
Yeah.
Right.
They can just sprint
There-
all the time.
There's nothing telling
Yeah,
them, okay, I need
exactly.
to like
They're
slow
like dead
down.
already.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and,
it's
and, and unless
No limits.
yeah, unless you're apparently like unchangeably sick, they ain't coming after. They're coming after you.
Right.
Because they wouldn't go after like I think in the movie it's like
It's
a
like a
homeless dude
cancer
that's living on the
patient,
street.
right?
There's a cancer person with a cancer. There's like a kid with like a mental issue, it seems, And
Which
like
I never understood that. I was like, what's the point?
Yeah, it's like there's that. Why? Since when do zombies discriminate?
Is it like the thing of like the meek shall inherit the earth?
I guess.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But like, because if it's them, you're fucked pretty much no matter what. Unless you can immediately, like, unless, right now, they're like, hey, World War Z zombies exist right now. They're in New York City. They're spreading, right? If we knew that right now, the only way that you live is like you immediately get in your fucking car or whatever and just start going to Canada. Or like north,
But
or to the
imagine-
middle of nowhere, because the amount of them that there would be,
I was
they
gonna say,
just destroy you.
Don't try. I feel like crossing the border might actually be a mistake.
They probably wouldn't let you in.
Not only will they not let you in, but think about the number of other people who are going to be like, I'll just cross the border.
True. But
You
like,
know, so you got to go somewhere. You got to go to like fucking Vermont. Nobody is in Vermont.
got to go to Maine.
Yeah, Maine,
Vermont or Maine.
places where literally nobody lives.
Well, I want to like live in Maine anyway. So like that would
Or-
be just
Zombie
Or-
apocalypse,
Yeah,
perfect
yeah.
excuse.
Or
Exactly.
you can do the opposite, and you can go out into the middle of the West where nobody lives.
yeah,
either
sure,
way,
the desert.
either way,
But-
you need the jump start. Otherwise, you're fucked.
I feel
Yeah.
like the desert might be a bigger disadvantage than going up north.
Well, the zombies can't run in sand, and you can't run in sand. So
Well,
you
I was
need to
gonna.
have a
I
head
feel like
start.
you go up north though. Like
have a
at
head
least but like if you go to Maine and shit, at least there's like forests around. You can hunt your food.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Where
You
the
really-
desert, it's like,
You're
look
fucked.
at that iguana.
Yeah, look at that rattlesnake. that Mike
Cactus
yelled at.
juice. It'll quench ya.
Yeah.
It's the quenchiest. But yeah. So plan was that your plan or you keep going? You got
Oh, and then I feel like I would have to figure out some way to protect myself.
Uh-huh.
Like,
Yeah.
try and like beef up my walls or like make sure like all my enclosures are like good and safe and stuff. And then I would just like sit around, hope that I still have some Wi-Fi, read some comic books,
Probably not.
Until the Wi-Fi goes down.
listen to the news, cry in a corner.
If the news even exists.
Because I feel like I really don't stand like a fighting chance. It would be more like I can just wait this out till everybody is dead.
Realistically, I feel like out of all of the friend group, I'd really, in terms of fighting, I feel like I'd really only trust like, other than me, Justin,
Yeah,
and
I think that's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Justin.
Yeah,
Like, because I feel like he could kick someone's ass,
yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%.
and like I feel like that's the only one I got. Like, because like, although I joke that Kirsten will murder me one day, like, cause she'll snap.
Right.
I feel like the zombie apocalypse won't make her be like the person that snaps, and I feel like
And-
No, I feel like
Eamon
she's
can
gonna be-
kill me, but he will not be able to fight zombies.
I feel like Kirsten will be like an Emma Stone in Zombieland situation where like she'll like snap, but then like become like a battle hardened
Like a badass.
like a badass. Yeah, 100%.
she'll have like soliloquies that she quotes while she murders people.
Yeah, 100%. Like she's quoting like Shakespeare, like fucking.
All right. Good thing I decided to team up with Kirsten.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, Anthony.
So funny enough, I have actually like thought about this and put some thought into it because I was rewatching the first season of The Walking Dead like a couple months ago because that first
When
season.
that show was good.
Yeah, I was about to say that first season is fantastic. It's like some of the best zombie media ever. Funny enough, I thought of you immediately. I was like, because what I want to do is I would get like a group together. I would
Right.
try and see if I can get a group together and we would like get like a Jeep or something with like detachable doors so we can like easily like get in and get out, right? If we needed to get stuff, right? But I was getting a group together and I was like, you know who would be I think really good in a zombie apocalypse? I was like, Mike. So Mike and I would be a team,
Okay.
hopefully, if he accepts, or he's just like, fuck you, get away from me. So it was
You
me and
get
Mike.
there, I'm already dead.
Yeah, I was like, fuck. Well, there goes my plan. Yeah, I wouldn't. It depends on the zombie, right? Because if they're slow moving zombies, I would leave.
Right.
But if they're sprinters, I'm staying home.
Realistically, if
If I have
if
a-
it's slow moving Dead Rising zombies, you're probably all right.
I think we would win.
I feel like for
I
the
think we
most
would
part
win.
you'd be okay because you can chop those guys down pretty quick.
And,
yeah,
and
like
the guy
they'll be the dumb people that add to the numbers kind of thing. But
Yeah,
like
yeah,
for the
yeah.
most part, I feel like if they're just the shufflers, like
Yeah.
you'll be all right.
I feel
Yeah.
like in either scenario, you'd have the dumb people adding to the numbers, but with the slow moving ones, that would be so much like a such smaller percentage of adding to the numbers.
Yeah.
Where if it's the sprinters, you know, like right off the bat, like let's say tomorrow it started, you know, like at least 10% will be gone.
Yeah, well, because like I feel like with the shufflers, you could have the Shaun of the Dead situation where you're just like you don't even realize you're fucking walking, going to work or whatever. You don't even realize it's going on.
It's
and
like
you're
there's
fucking,
a zombie behind you.
Yeah. But like sprinters, yeah, no.
No,
If you don't know immediately, you're probably fucked.
And I feel like even in a car, some of the spinners are like,
Yeah, it really depends.
they're pretty good.
But anyway, continue.
Yeah, like if they're like the slow shamblers, I think would be like okay. So like I would move around and stuff like that. Because like I said before, like we've seen so much zombie media that like literally all we do is just like pick off any zombie we see and we'd be like okay in like 5 years.
Yeah, because luckily we would know aim for the head kind of shit.
Yeah, exactly. I mean like people watch Zombieland all the time. They quote the rule book. It's like, and then you have like shit like The Walking Dead where like they all survive.
Cardio.
Double tap cardio.
Cardio.
Yeah. Check the back seat. Excuse me. It's coming. I promise. It's coming.
I believe in you. You can performance anxiety.
Anthony's got a sneeze, but he didn't sneeze.
That made it go away.
I'm sorry.
So yeah, actually, yeah, performance anxiety. Yeah. So if it was slow movers, I would get a group together and we'd wander around, just become like,
Outlaws.
a band of justice-seeking outlaws, right? But if they were sprinters, like I'm battening down the hatches.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'd probably
I'm putting like you know in the cartoons where they put like the 2x4 on the door and
100%.
they just nail it to the
Yeah, I
door.
would do that.
I'm
Get
doing
like a
that
gun.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah, get a gun. Like make trips out to the supermarket, like or something like
Right.
that. You know, it's like
See, it's funny because
I'm
I'm
hunkering
the
down.
opposite.
you would move
If they were
around.
shamblers, I'm staying in my fucking house, dude. Like,
You
whatever.
think?
Oh,
I'm
you're
just
like
gonna-
they're just chilling.
Yeah, like if anything gets close to my house, I can just pick them off. Like whatever.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
But like sprinters, I'm fucking gone, dude. Like especially with where we are, like they'd be fucking all over the place.
Oh yeah, that is true.
That's
like
true.
I'm out. Like you know, I and also my vehicle of choice, a bus. Not very
Yeah.
practical in terms of gas, but like you fucking because
Is
you
a
put
bus
you
use
put like
diesel?
a plow on the front of that shit or whatever, and like
Yeah, you got
yeah, you take those seats out, you got a fucking like mobile fortress.
you got a base right there.
Yeah. And
That's what they did in that one zombie movie. It was like Land of the Dead or something like that. Like it was like John Leguizamo was in it, and they got like a big like, I think it was like a truck. It was like some kind of bus or truck or whatever. I think it was like a short bus, and they like put guns on it and like like a turret on it and like spikes all over it, so
Yeah,
you like
dude.
couldn't climb it. There was only like one way to climb it.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it was cool.
But yeah, I've always thought bus, which not very super practical, but
But
like
imagine
it
the
would
gas
get you
prices.
somewhere. Yeah, right.
You
They're
wouldn't even have
already
to worry
high.
about it.
Yeah.
I don't know. What if they just the like few people that still
Yeah,
own
the
gas
president
stations?
like goes into his bunker and he's like, "All right, time to enact new legislation." Now
I
that
mean,
the world is in
realistically,
shambles."
if there's still electricity, you would probably still have to fucking pay for the gas because it's not just gonna fucking work anymore.
But
Oh
was
yeah,
it-
that is
Like,
true.
like
yeah,
even
you
if
would
there's
have
no
to-
one there, you'd still probably
you
have to
have
be
to
like,
put
go
the
your
card
credit
in,
card,
yeah,
fucking put it there, and then actually do it.
100%.
That's true.
You'd
Yeah, it's not like you
probably-
can like break into the tank under the ground. You know, it's like.
So you'd probably still have to fucking pay for gas in the zombie apocalypse.
And who knows if like electronic banking is even working?
Oh my
Right.
You
God,
know?
wait. So you know with like the pumps where you have to do the credit card first?
Yeah.
Can you cuz sometimes you know how you can do like pay a register?
Yeah, unless the like, because I think it's a key system though. I don't think you can just like walk in and press
okay.
like pump 7 $300. Like I think you have to like have some shit for that. So like unless they just have that shit on a fucking sticky note for the moron like teenager that works there.
Right, the like greasy 15-year-old who's just like, "Yeah, I needed some pocket money."
Yeah, like you're probably not gonna be able to just be able to go in and be like,
Yeah.
all right, cool, pump 7.
Right.
Like,
Quick segue. How do you pump your own gas?
What do you mean?
I'm from Jersey, so we have
Oh.
a
you
tenant.
never pump
I've
your own
never
gas?
pumped my own
so
gas
you
before.
pull up to the gas station,
Okay.
and instead of like handing the guy your card, you get out.
Uh huh.
You have to turn your car off,
Right.
and then you put your card in,
Uh
and then if you have like Stop and Shop points or whatever, you do that.
huh. Okay.
Then you get a discount.
Yeah.
And then you select what grade you want, and then you just open your thing and put it in, and then hold it down. Because in New York, we don't have the little clip, right?
No, we don't. That's
Yeah, so you
annoying
just-
as shit.
Like the little thing that they hold.
You know how
they
when
put
people
it down
walk up
so
to
you
your
don't
gas,
have to
yeah, you know how people
stand there the whole time.
when they're filling your gas tank, they
it
can walk
holds
away.
the tension.
Oh,
Of the
you don't
grip.
have the clip here. Okay.
We don't have the clip.
Because New York
so you have,
hates us.
So
Oh,
you have to
okay.
hold it the whole time.
Or you stick your wallet in there,
Or
or a
something.
piece of wood, or whatever.
Yeah.
Some people get creative.
And then once your tank is full, you just take it out, you put it back, and then we'll say, "Do you want a receipt?" You click.
I
yes
can't
or
even
no.
fill my tank
Oh.
right now.
Oh,
my-
I'm sure you can.
Yeah, no. So
It's like what, $300 to fill it?
So the cap is $100, and that shorts me 7 gallons. I'm short 7 gallons in my tank at $100.
Ew.
Yeah.
Well, at least you don't have to go all that often.
Yeah, it's true, especially
Right,
from
because
home.
you're working
Yeah.
from home.
Yeah. So that's been fine. So it's like it balances out, but also
But you're like, if I want to go literally anywhere, I'm fucked.
yeah. So like I just run out quicker. So it's
Yeah, no, that's awful.
Yeah. But yeah. So like, but I've thought about it a lot. I feel like guns, obvious move for distance and stuff, but melee weapons, never sleep on melee weapons. Those are important. Katanas, probably not going to be that great as everyone thinks they are. They'll make you look cool, but like, not going to be the option realistically.
Now I'm
Go
going
for
for like
an
a hatchet.
axe,
Yeah, like
or
like a fire
Yeah, I
axe.
feel
or
like-
a fucking like metal bat or some shit like.
Something good, like sturdy.
Yeah.
I really, I prefer like sharper stuff. So I was thinking like fire axe or like
Oh, that's a good one.
machete.
Yeah.
Those
Like,
are
but you
another-
have to sharpen it, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
But like,
Yeah, you
it's,
gotta
it-
with a
have to be
bat, I feel like you
nice.
I feel like it could like dent and like not be as effective. You know?
yeah,
Do
but
you-
like,
do you think-
so
cause-
if we're talking Dead Rising, you could crack a fucking corpse's skull real easy. We're
Right.
talking living human with parasite. A good swing could still probably do it, but if they're fucking sprinting at you, well, if they're sprinting at you, you're fucked with a melee weapon regardless,
Yeah.
realistically.
Right.
So like, also chainsaws not gonna be the greatest weapon that you think they would be. Watch any movie with a chainsaw on it, and you'd be like, it would fucking throw the goddamn chain immediately.
Chainsaws are so hard to use. Whenever they're in movies, like especially in zombie movies and stuff, and people
They
just
start immediately.
start them right up. They're like, "Oh, this chainsaw has been sitting in this barn
Well,
for 20
yeah, well,
years."
come on, you
Starts
wouldn't have
right
a
up. I'm
movie.
like, "There's no gas
well,
in there."
yeah.
You wouldn't have a
First
movie.
of all, second, I know you did not clean those chains, and they are not lubed up and ready to go. You know what I mean? Like, no, there's so much maintenance with them. You have to sit there and sharpen the little teeth as you go along on the chainsaw.
So wait, they can't cut through people?
I'm sure they could, but like chainsaws and liquid, not a good combination.
What do you mean chainsaws and liquid? Who's using a chainsaw with?
No, like his blood and stuff.
No, like
Oh.
okay, so
Watch Evil Dead, and you fucking
Like,
see
if-
the
I was
blood
about to say,
splattering
like, yeah,
everywhere.
like
They're
Evil
"Bruh,
Dead is like the
thrown
quintessential-
chain, thrown chain. That shit's
like
clogging
the
up from the
quintessential
blood.
like if
chainsaw.
you cut wet wood,
Okay.
the chainsaw will lock up because it's the wetness of like
It'll
the
torque
wood.
itself.
Yeah, we'll get it. It makes it very
It pinches
tight.
the blade.
Yeah,
Oh.
and then it just stops.
Like chainsaws
and then
seem
it's hard
great,
to take out.
but
as
they are
well.
the most fucking annoying goddamn thing to use on the planet.
I
If
think-
you've ever had to use a chainsaw, it is very. Maybe I just have always been in really shitty situations with using chainsaws, but I feel like for the most
I feel
part,
like they're hard to use.
they're just the most pain in the ass thing on the planet. You'll be fucking going, and they'll just be like, and you're
Even
like,
those little
and then you gotta fucking like pull it out. and you're-
electric
ugh.
ones.
Yeah.
Even those ones, depending on what you're doing, still a pain in the ass.
Oh god.
The
So
only
you're telling
difference
me
is you
Lollipop
don't-
Chainsaw lied to me?
They're
did.
very easy
Damn
to
it.
start up.
What a
That's the only
great game.
difference.
I
As
love
long as you have the
Lollipop
battery
Chainsaw.
for it.
Yeah, but like motorized weapons,
For the
not
most-
gonna be the move.
Yeah, you can't be on like your riding lawnmower mowing people down.
That shit also
yeah,
not gonna
that's
work.
also not gonna work. I like people who get like creative with it.
Right.
Like I just played earlier this year. I played Dying Light 2,
Mm-hmm.
which pretty much like parkour zombies.
I still
So
need to play
like
those.
And,
elite level zombies.
No,
No, you are the parkour man.
Oh,
and the
I thought the
zombies.
zombies were doing parkour.
No. That game has
Could
a
you
mix.
fucking imagine?
No, actually, the zombies do parkour in that game.
Okay.
No, funny enough. No, because like there's
They're
different
running. They're
types
doing
of zombies.
fucking like hand flips.
No, straight up. No, they are. Like no, I'm
Jumping
not
off
even kidding.
buildings.
So like there's different types of zombies, right? So you have like your basic zombie, which is like the shambler, which is like the
Right.
walks,
Just kind of like dragging
But then they
around.
have a unique zombie type called a volatile,
Oh,
which is
no.
pretty much like there's like a whole fucking
I
thing
feel
with
like
them.
that
But at
doesn't
the end,
sound good.
no, they're volatile. So so you have the volatiles, and like what they do is like they pretty much like mutate to like have super strength.
Oh.
Well, not like super strength, but like they're stronger than the average human being, and they can parkour. So like when you're the dangerous time in the game to be out is at night because that's
Right.
when all the volatiles are out. And so you're running and shit,
And they're
all of a
just
sudden
doing,
you
like,
hear
backflips
all
over
of a sudden
you.
you hear like, and then like all of a sudden like you have like 14 fucking burly ass like zombies chasing you across rooftops, and it's like, so. But I like when people get creative because like in Dying Light 2, the weapons you have are all like makeshift. So like your machete in the game is made out of like a broken stop sign.
Oh, that's
So like I
cute.
feel like shit like that is awesome. Like I would want to go that
I
route.
think
Like
I
break
think you're
up
gonna say
a-
like Dead Rising type things where you're like fucking like
Oh, you're just like making shit
yeah,
out of
like double
random stuff.
chainsaw, fucking
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
kayak paddle, shit
What-
like that.
what's-
No, it's a little more realistic. I
What's
think,
a,
with
it's
the
not
dynamite
really a
stuff.
zombie movie. Dead Alive, is that what it's called?
Dead or alive?
Dead Alive.
No, I don't know what it's called, but it's like a 70s like horror movie, and the guy there's like three movies, and in one of them he has like a chainsaw hand.
You're talking
Evil
about
Dead?
Evil
Evil
Dead.
Dead, thank you.
Yeah.
The
Sorry.
thing I was mentioning before.
Yeah.
Yeah, Evil Dead rocks. Also, the guy in the main character is named Ashley.
Yes, I
That's
did.
what-
I
going
knew
back
that.
to
Ashley
unisex.
J.
Yes.
Williams.
Ashley J. Williams.
Yes.
But yes,
Yeah,
what
yeah.
what about
Evil
you?
Dead
What about
rocks.
Evil Dead?
No, I'm just thinking about like having the chainsaw hand.
Which would also be
Yeah.
massively impractical.
Yeah, 100%.
And then
but it's awesome as
What
fuck.
is it in the third one? He like goes to the past. With
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
chainsaw
Army of
hand?
Darkness. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm
100%.
like,
This is my,
My
boomstick.
Awesome.
What
I
a-
love those
yeah,
movies.
those
that
movies
movie-
are incredible.
Yeah, that movie went from a horror movie to a psychological horror movie that had a good amount of like funny bits,
Right.
and then just a straight dark comedy.
Oh, I would say the Evil Dead 2 is even dark comedy. Like there's
Yeah.
some
Yeah.
hilarious moments.
But there
in
are
that
those
movie.
moments when he's like going fucking nuts.
Oh,
and
when all
just,
the
like,
shit's
bouncing
laughing at
around,
him.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
And you're
Shit
like,
rules.
also, I rewatched or not rewatched. I watched the remake of the Evil Dead.
I fucking love that movie.
They made a
In-
remake.
I thought that
it's
movie
incredible.
it's so good.
when did
Sam.
So-
when was the remake?
2013.
yeah,
Oh,
and
I didn't know that was a remake.
so the
Uh-huh,
what makes it work
completely different.
What makes it work really well is the premise, the original premise, is changed from just like friends going to a
like
cabin.
a cabin.
Yeah, to friends going to a cabin to help their friend detox from like meth or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Or
Yeah,
heroin.
the protagonist is a heroin addict.
So the whole
Okay.
time in the beginning of the movie, it's framed as like a is this actually happening or is she going through withdrawal hallucinations?
Oh, like severe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it elevates that movie so much, and it's
It's
just
such a fucking
it's
good
incredible.
movie.
Realistically,
I love
like
that
I
movie.
went into it being like, it'll probably be all right. It's
Had-
so
it-
good.
it
I
really
bought it
had,
literally like after watching.
yeah.
I was like, I'm buying this.
literally had no reason being as good as it was. And
I feel like usually whenever they remake those like classic movies, they're never as good as the originals.
no,
No,
It's
but
like
I mean,
the,
there's
like
also
the
the
2010 like Nightmare on Elm Street.
that movie's
Yeah.
so bad.
It's so fucking.
but there's
awful.
also
So
like
bad.
the healthy horror movie trope things of like, hey, why are you going in that basement and taking that book?
You gotta.
Why?
Yeah,
Just
why are you doing it?
and of course Kieran every time was like, dude, I would fucking take that book in a heartbeat. You kidding me? I'm gonna go down to
100%.
a basement and see like a human
Yeah.
flesh bound book.
People,
I'm taking
I
that
like
shit.
honestly, people think like the shit like that is the people who think shit like that is stupid are just lying to themselves because they would absolutely do
I
it too.
am literally such a scaredy cat. It's not even a thing of stupidity. I see anything slightly creepy. I'm like, I am
Bye.
noping the fuck out of here.
So, yeah, so you're gonna be the one of us that survives essentially.
Because I'm like, I'm not playing with it. I'm too scared. I don't even care if it's like one of y'all. You just
Yeah.
happen to be like lurking around in the dark because you dropped your phone.
Yeah.
No, I'm not
No,
getting killed
bye.
down there. Bye.
See ya.
but
Lock
yeah,
the
yeah,
door. You get
that
killed
Evil
down
Dead,
there.
that Evil Dead remake is really, really, really good.
Honestly, it's probably. I
It's up
can't
there
think
for
of
me.
any at the moment, but it's at the moment in my brain since I can't think of literally any other option. It might be the greatest remake ever made.
Horror movie remake.
Sure.
Yeah.
I can't think of any other remakes at the moment.
I'm trying to
but-
think too. Hold on, let's look it up.
Yeah. Let's look up
Let's look
like
up horror movie
Look,
remakes.
what should I have to look up like famous remakes?
I was gonna say like horror movie remakes.
Yeah, horror movie.
Since we're on that
because
right
that's
now.
the trend. Yeah.
horror movie remakes.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I want.
Oh, it is pretty great.
I personally did not like it.
I hated
I-
it too.
I think it's like
Oh, The Thing. Absolutely The Thing.
Whenever we
Probably the
watched-
greatest horror remake ever.
when did,
That is a good one.
The first Thing came out in like 55.
oh, not John Carpenter's.
No, yeah, John
Carpenter's
Carpenter's
is the remake.
is the remake.
Oh,
And that's I would say that's probably the greatest
when
remake
was
ever
the remake?
made. For what, The Thing?
Mm-hmm.
1982.
That's what I thought.
Yeah,
Invasion of the
Wait,
Body
didn't they
Snatchers
do
is
the
up there.
thing a remake of it the third time?
They did a prequel for the third one.
Oh, is that what
the
I'm thinking
Fly?
of?
The Fly. Yeah, The Fly.
The Fly remake.
Fly
Really
remake is
fucking
really good. I would honestly say Texas Chainsaw, the remake of Texas Chainsaw is pretty good. The one with Jessica Biel.
Okay, so not like the new one.
No,
Okay.
no, that movie fucking sucks.
Also, apparently, the 2013 Evil Dead remake is only a 63 on Rotten Tomatoes.
That's criminally low.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Criminally low.
Let's see. It's got Suspiria on here.
The Suspiria remake is okay. I wouldn't say it's better than the original.
I didn't watch it.
I never saw it or the original, but I did have a group of friends in college that went and did it, and they said they loved it.
The
good?
original Suspiria is my second favorite horror movie of all time. This one does something a little different with it, but I quite enjoyed it. It's a different movie, I think. They didn't remake Suspiria. Like, the only things that they kept similarly were, well, I don't want to spoil it. But
The American Ring.
The American Ring's pretty good.
Pretty
It's
good
a pretty
remake.
Good movie. Yeah, it's not a bad movie
Pretty
at all.
good remake. Plus, it added the whole 7 days thing.
Yes, it did. What was I saying before? Oh, yeah.
Suspiria.
With Suspiria, like, the only things that they kept similar were, like, the big reveal, and the fact that it's set in a dance studio.
Oh, okay.
But other than that, it's a pretty different movie. But it's different in, like, a good way.
I don't know. I remember when the like trailers came out for that, and I kept thinking that I wanted to see it, but at the same time, something about it wasn't like catching my eye.
I will say though, if you do decide to watch it, there's a scene about halfway through the movie that is one of the most like disgusting things I've ever seen in my life. So just be prepared for that.
Delicious.
Let's just say a contortionist is involved.
Oh,
so
no.
Also, this lists
Not a
Evil
contortionist.
Dead 2 as a remake, which
yeah,
I guess it's
technically
a soft reboot.
It's a
kinda.
it's a reboot of the first one.
I guess that is fair.
It is listed at number 1 in terms of remakes by Rotten Tomatoes
Evil
because
Dead.
it's just going by score.
Oh, okay.
So,
Great movie.
which I guess that's fair.
Yeah.
The Blob is pretty great,
Never
I would
saw
say.
it.
Horror.
I'm just gonna look up movie remakes and
I'm
see.
I'm seeing like all of these like dog shit movies here. It's all these fucking awful movies.
You're like, everything here is trash.
Let's see what the what this website has to say about the top 10 better remakes than the original. Okay,
Oh.
well, the first one is the new West Side Story, apparently.
West Side Story was pretty good.
Fun fact, I worked on that movie.
Yes, you
I don't
did.
I don't understand. How can
Sure
you
did.
make it better? It's the same fucking thing.
I still have not seen it.
How are you making
It's-
West Side Story better? It's the
No.
same songs, it's the same characters.
No, Sage, like it's really fucking good. Like I'm not even gonna.
I-
I don't even like musicals, and it's really fucking good.
detest musicals.
No, the
I
reason
enjoy
that it's so
musicals.
good is because it's the direction
Oh,
and the
okay.
cinematography and the performance. It's like everything about it is like
But,
spectacular.
but I love that I've worked on that movie. I've not seen it.
Oh,
I
you know
meant
a
to,
great
but
remake.
I also
I'm sorry,
don't know.
please continue.
I also don't know if I'm in the credits. I probably am not because
That's what I forgot to fucking do. When I watched the movie, I was like, when I started it, I was like, I gotta see if Mike's in the credits. I forgot to see if you were in the
I'm
credits.
probably not. I know I filled out the paperwork, but I believe there's a thing where technically you have to work for more than 2 weeks, and I was just a PA helping out the costume department.
Oh.
So like, I don't think I was literally I worked for 2 weeks, and then they were like, we don't.
How
need
did
the
you get
PA
that
anymore.
job? Out of curiosity.
Family friend.
Oh, okay.
Well, actually, so my sister's now husband, he has friends that work in the industry.
Oh, word.
As like lead PAs or you know, are in the more of like the footwork kind
Sure.
of jobs.
Yeah.
And just one of them was working as I think a head PA for that, and knew that the costume department was looking for someone, and he was like, "Hey, do you want to do it?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah, dude."
Yeah.
I was like, my
A
first
chance to work
working
with
role,
fucking
yeah.
Steven Spielberg. Yeah.
And it was pretty cool. The only downside was it was in Brooklyn, and I had to get up at like 3 a.m. every
Yeah.
fucking day
Yeah.
to get
Yeah,
there at
getting
7
to
o'clock.
Brooklyn
Yeah,
is
fuck yeah,
fucking
dude.
brutal.
Oh god, it was a nightmare. I did.
Wait, you had a 4-hour drive?
It
Took you
Oh,
4
you
hours
didn't?
to get there?
You didn't
Holy shit.
train there?
No,
Oh, okay. Because I
Uh,
think training might have been faster.
Yeah.
possibly.
It's like 2 hours if you take train to Subway.
Also, fun little fact that also.
But maybe not at 3 in the morning.
So fun little fact also about working on that set, and then we'll get back to remakes. For the first like week and a half that I had that job, right? There was parking at the studio, but you had to like get past like a guard, obviously.
Yeah.
And for the first week and a half, this guard did not believe I was working there. I had a pass. I had like identifying stuff that was like, this person works here, and he did not believe me.
What the fuck?
And like my boss, like the head of the costume department for like what I was doing, like had left notes and whatever. Meaning like this person does work here. Because they had to keep refunding I had to go to like parking things and like pay for parking, so they had to keep refunding me. And finally, like the midway into the second week, my boss happened to be there because he was usually not there when I was coming in. He was already like at the place. He was like there that day, and he like came down and was like, I swear to God, if I have to tell you one more time that this kid works here, and like just was yelling at this guy, and he's like, oh, all right, like sorry. And then of course I only parked there for like fucking 2 more days because I only had a job for 2 more days.
What a fucking prick! What was his problem?
I don't know, but it was like because it was making me like because I have a fucking pickup truck, which is a bitch and a half to park in the city. I make it work because whatever, but like.
Sure.
Yeah, you just roll on top of somebody else's.
Yeah,
stuff.
but I where I was in Brooklyn, there was not a lot of parking area, and the parking lots also were fucking like small as shit.
Yeah.
So I would go to this parking lot where this dude was working. It was the same guy every week or every day, and he'd be like, "Why are you back? I don't have space for this car." And I'd be like, "I don't know, man. Take it up with the guard." And so he would just start leaving it like basically at the entrance, which was great because then I just got in and out. And
Right.
Wait, it was a valet?
Yeah, like the guy that like worked a parking garage kind of thing.
Word. Okay.
Like not the security guard, like at a parking garage. And so he started just leaving it at the entrance, which was great because then he was like, and he was also like, I don't want to scratch this shit, dude. You see how small that turn is? I could barely get like smart cars around this thing. I was like, hey man, no problem. But yeah, and so like I got to park in the lot for like a solid two days, I think, 3 days because it was a Wednesday, so I got to park there Wednesday, then Thursday and Friday. But yeah, it was a cool
Can I just
job.
say a small story about parking?
Yeah, sure.
So at my college, we have our graduation ceremony in the theater, in our like downtown area, because to do it like in one of the theaters at our school would be too small. Except if you work the graduation, they don't provide you with parking.
I hate when places don't provide the workers with parking.
So you have to park on the
It's so
street.
annoying.
And I remember I was working graduation and I got a fucking ticket. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I was so mad.
I refused to get parking passes at my college at Baylor.
Good one.
Because
I also didn't do that.
yeah, because it was like $400.
Yeah.
And I wasn't fucking paying for that.
Oh, they caught me. They caught me.
Oh, they caught me a lot.
They caught me once. They caught me junior year.
Our parking
then I was like,
passes
okay.
were like $50 for the whole year.
Well, I went to a private school.
I also went
All right,
to a
well,
private school.
aren't you fucking fancy schmancy?
I got a good scholarship.
Aren't you fancy schmancy?
Well, just be smarter.
That's why you got to pay $400.
Be smarter.
No.
Well,
You're out of college.
yeah. But yeah, no, they caught me like 5 times the 2 years I was there.
What did they do?
So it was tickets first.
Okay.
And then the 5th ticket was $200, which was a bummer because I also got towed.
So you spent more money on getting the car back than it would have cost you to just get the parking ticket?
No, it was $200, not $400.
No,
Well, how much did it cost to
cumulatively
get the
with
car
all the
back?
tickets.
The tickets were, I think, $50, and I never paid them, so I wasn't gonna give the school that money. Fuck them.
At my school, if you didn't pay your fines or fees, they literally wouldn't let you graduate.
Well, I got
At the
away with it.
rehearsal, they had a list of people who didn't pay their fees yet.
That's so funny.
And they
read them all?
literally would be like, XYZ people, if you didn't do X, Y, and Z, come here to pay for it now or we won't give you your diploma
That's so
tomorrow.
fucked.
I'm not even kidding.
Fuck
These
those
people
guys.
were pet tea.
I also never bought textbooks.
Did you really?
Oh, I
That
did.
dude, one semester, the cheapest book was $500.
Yeah, fuck that shit.
I guess we didn't really have like textbooks because it was more like buy this collection of plays.
Yeah, no, I
So they were
I
much
never bought
cheaper
them.
for
I would
us.
just go online, or I would, luckily, a lot of my teachers didn't. They would do like homework from the textbook, but they wouldn't have you bring the textbook in class, kind of thing. And the ones that did, I would just go online, find it, and then print out whatever I needed for the class.
That's fair.
But like, there is absolutely, unless your teacher is a fucking prick, absolutely zero reason to ever buy a textbook.
Yeah, no textbooks. Like I don't understand why they sell textbooks for like $1,000.
Yeah.
Like, what is the purpose?
It's absolutely ridiculous.
Like,
Anyway,
I
yeah.
could understand it.
Yeah,
if
I always rented.
especially if it was like,
That
let's
was
say
still
you're just
expensive.
taking
That
like
was-
some
yeah,
like
that was expensive.
gen ed class, right? Like, let's say you're taking fucking like science 1,
Those are the
Yeah.
most fucking annoying.
and
ones.
like at least 100,000 other kids are taking that class.
Yeah, it was my math textbooks that were always like.
Yeah, and it's like
Yeah.
$1,000, please, for this fucking book on math you already know.
Yeah, and then you also, like you were saying before, it was like a bunch of kids in the class, so they're all looking for the same book also. So it's like you got to work
It's like,
faster.
I don't understand. Unless it's something that is so hyper specialized and the market is like this big for it
Yeah.
because it's such like highfalutin bullshit where you couldn't understand what it's saying unless you already had like 2 fucking PhDs.
I hate my life.
Why am I paying $1,000 for a book? It makes no sense. Are you quite all right, sir? You are just struggling. For audio people, Anthony can't get his coaster to flip over,
I hate
and-
my fucking life, dude.
and he's suffering.
Imagine the Family Guy skit where Peter's trying to get the frog out the
Frog
window.
in the window, yeah, yeah.
That
Literally
was
that.
Anthony.
Yeah. just-
But,
You're doing great, bud.
I'm trying my best over here.
oh god. Anyway,
Back to
back to
remake.
Back to
I
this
have one
remake.
that I want to talk about.
Oh, okay.
I think a remake that is actually like.
Ow.
We're
Are you
doing great.
serious?
We're doing great here.
We're doing great.
We're all falling.
You know what's a really fantastic remake? The Invisible Man
Yes.
with Elizabeth Olsen.
Oh what,
No,
the new one?
not Elizabeth Olsen. What's her name?
Like the one that like kind of
just
just
click
came
on
out.
the thing. Elizabeth something.
She came out.
No, the
No.
one that just
It
kind of came
during
out.
2020.
Oh, yeah, 27,
During COVID.
2020.
Elizabeth
yeah, yeah.
Moss.
Elizabeth
Moss. Thank you.
Yeah, I love this movie. I think that movie
Yeah,
is
that movie
so
fucking
good.
I never saw it.
slams. It's on HBO Max.
I think you
Okay.
would like it, Mike.
Right?
It's
It's on
really really
HBO
good.
Max?
Yeah, I think it was. I saw it.
I saw
I
it.
saw it on like TV.
Oh, I saw it. I wanted to see it so bad, and it had come out just as COVID started.
Yeah.
That I went to a drive-in theater, like
I
an
never got to go to one. I'm so annoyed.
hour away.
We should go to the one in Warwick.
I want to go to a drive-in theater so.
It-
Let's go to the
they're
one in
so
Warwick.
Fun. But so I had to go to a drive-in theater an hour away, and I remember this. So they do 2 movies. Usually
Yeah, they do double
like,
features.
Yeah, usually they do like a kiddie one, like at the start, and then they'll do like a more adult one in towards the end of the night.
Mm-hmm.
And the one that I went to, I think it was $10 per person. I was like, that's a fucking slamming ass deal.
It is.
$10 for 2 movies.
That's really not that bad.
Honestly,
And-
I really
and
hope that the
you don't
COVID.
even have to buy the concession stand snacks. You can bring your own
Yeah.
snacks and beverages. What a steal!
I really hope that COVID like brought a resurgence to drive-in theaters.
I hope so too.
Well,
'cause
it's not. I mean, the one up by us isn't like. It's pretty packed all the time.
yeah, when I was
So,
yeah, but I
like,
feel like they're
it
pretty
was pretty
spaced.
full.
You know, like they're
Yeah.
pretty spaced around. They're not
Yeah, I feel
super
like we don't have,
common.
like,
There's
a
one in
lot of them.
Brooklyn too that's like pretty cool.
Oh, really?
That's usually pretty packed also.
But and then you like bring pillows and little blankets, and it's like really cute and nice. But yeah, so I remember when we were gonna go see Invisible Man. The movie they were showing before was Trolls 2 World Tour.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
So Mark and I are just sitting through Trolls 2 World Tour, and we're just like, this is definitely a movie.
Oh, I would
we
have
are
just took a
watching.
nap. Just take a nap.
And then
I was expecting you to be like, so we just banged.
no, it was such tonal whiplash to watch that.
Yeah, and then a movie about an abuse
and then,
survivor.
like heavy domestic abuse.
Yeah, it's
like,
like, holy
and
fucking
then watch
shit.
Invisible Man. I was like, oh, these were interesting choices to
Well,
put.
Invisible Man is just like an entire movie about like gaslighting, right?
Yeah.
Speaking of a good movie about gaslighting, Men.
Oh,
Hello?
is that good?
Fucking wild ride of a movie.
Hello.
Really good.
Yeah,
but
I
it's
wanna
it's
see
basically
it.
all just about fucking this girl getting gaslit by men.
Would you see it again?
Yeah.
Would you go with me?
Sure.
All right, sick. Well, we're
Uh,
gonna go see Men.
you want to come?
Not right now, but yeah.
No,
Well, not right
but
now,
I mean,
but like, yeah.
whenever we plan.
Yeah, we're
this.
gonna end the episode now and go see Men.
Yeah, bye, guys.
So, see you guys.
But great movie.
Yeah,
we're really,
I heard a lot of good
yeah,
things
really
about it.
good.
Yeah, Alex
fucking
Garland.
crazy ride.
Alex Garland never disappoints, man. Never disappoints. Love that man to death.
So back to remakes.
Back to remakes.
We got Little Women. Never saw.
I didn't see it.
either.
Little Women, I heard was like fantastic. Like it's the best adaptation of the story yet.
I
haven't seen it either.
We got Casino Royale.
Oh, fucking incredible! Like that movie is probably the best besides Skyfall. It's a
Skyfall,
tie between
Skyfall
and
is my
Casino.
favorite Bond.
Skyfall is my favorite too.
And then
You know, I've never seen a James Bond
No
movie.
Time to Die is my second.
No Time to Die. We saw that together. That was pretty good.
You've never seen any James Bond movie?
Really?
Not even like Pierce Brosnan ones? Like I grew up with those.
I grew
No,
up. With
I don't
those
even know
too,
who that
yeah.
is.
You don't know Pierce Brosnan?
He's
You know Pierce
he's
Brosnan.
my
No.
Bond.
Yeah, he's my. Yeah. I mean, like I grew up with that guy.
There's a so fun little like joke is so Bond in the like in the books because it's based on books is Scottish. He's like from Scotland. But
Which is why Richard Madden should be the next. Anyway, sorry.
And
he would be a
and
good
so
Bond,
ev-
though.
So good.
everyone jokes.
He's a smooth.
Yeah,
suave
everyone
guy.
jokes about Pierce Brosnan, and to another extent, Sean Connery being Bond because every other Bond has been British.
Yeah.
Where Pierce Brosnan is Irish and Sean Connery is Scottish, which means Sean Connery's been the only
He's
one.
the only
that's been-
accurate
yeah,
James
been
Bond.
the only accurate one. But Pierce Brosnan is Irish,
I
and
don't
so
know Sean Connery either.
Sean
You know
Connery. Sean Connery.
I don't
Really?
know. What does he look
You ever
like?
watch Indiana Jones?
No.
Here, you'll know what he looks like. Let me just pull up a picture of him.
Sean Connery.
Yes.
I don't know.
Kind of an asshole.
Yeah, apparently not a very good person.
Good actor.
I'm,
Yo, you
I
ever see
ca-
The Rock? The Rock rules. This guy. This jabroni.
No, I still don't know who that is.
You're not real.
Really? You've never seen this picture, like James Bond?
No, I've seen that picture, but like I don't know what he's in.
Like,
Or
I
just-
don't think
just
I've
so
ever-
much.
I don't think I've ever seen this man
Absurdly
once in my
Absurdly
life.
famous actor.
A lot of shit, this guy.
I'm sure you're-
Also,
Also, when you said Sean Connery, I could only think of Sean Bean.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He died on Halloween.
he sure
Oh,
did.
what a rockin' way to go.
But
That's when I want to die. Halloween.
But yeah, so James Bond. Honestly, if you are ever interested, just watch Daniel Craig's movies.
Yeah, I would say if you watch watch Casino Royale. I think actually you would really dig that movie.
The only bad one, really, is Spectre.
No, Quantum of Solace.
Spectre's
Wait,
worse,
how
in my
many
opinion.
Daniel
Oh,
Craig
wow.
ones are
Okay.
there?
5?
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Casino
Yes.
Royale, Quantum of
How old
Solace,
is Daniel
Skyfall,
Craig?
Spectre.
Will they let this poor man rest?
So he's done now. The fifth
Jesus.
one was his last.
Also, wait. How old is Tom Cruise?
Mid 50s, late
I only
50s?
want to know because of Top Gun Maverick.
Late 50s, early 60s, maybe.
But Tom Cruise
59.
is also insane.
59.
Oh, he's a psychopath.
Yeah,
but
this
like
man
he
needs
is one
to
of the
chill
greatest
the fuck out.
one of the greatest action movies, if not the greatest action
yeah.
movie star to ever live.
But like,
Yeah.
my dude,
But he's
you
nuts.
are almost 60
But he's an
years
insane
old.
man.
Chill out.
He also
and he
has
still does his own stunts.
Yeah, he also has his own insurance company, so that way they will fund it because they
Yeah,
won't-
who else is gonna be like, oh, this 60-year-old man wants to jump off a plane? We'll insure him.
This man is so crazy.
But you
that
gotta
during,
admit, you gotta admit his like that's fucking awesome.
He has
no,
like
the
conviction.
commitment to the craft is
Yeah,
incredible.
commit to the
But
bit.
at the same time, this man is 60
he
years
during
old.
during Mission Impossible Fallout.
Didn't he like break his leg?
Well, he broke his ankle. So during Mission Impossible Fallout, there was a scene that no stunt pilot would do in a helicopter because it was like too dangerous, and they were like, "Fuck that, I ain't doing
Was it at the end of the movie?
Yeah, it was like one of the
Yeah,
guys.
yeah.
And so Tom Cruise was like, "All right." So during filming, he managed to get in 250 plus hours of helicopter flight so that he could be certified as a helicopter stunt pilot, so that he could then just do it himself.
Yeah, doesn't he have like a bunch of like special, how do you call it? Like training things?
Yeah, he knows how to fly a fighter jet now
Yeah.
because of Top Gun. Like,
Yeah.
what the
Yeah,
fuck?
but they didn't let him do it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because the Navy was like, "We're not gonna fucking let you fly an F."
I guess that's
Like,
fair because those are extremely expensive.
Yeah, they were like, "Fuck no, fuck you!" Like, we're not gonna give you one of those to fly. I'm sure he was very upset about
Could
that.
you
100%.
imagine Tom Cruise just takes off into the sun?
Just never comes
Like
back.
Superman at the end, All-Star Superman.
Just
like,
never
fuck
comes
it.
back.
Bye, everybody.
But yeah, so he like did that while filming the movie. He got all those hours to be able to do that. Like, the man's fucking nuts.
man's dedicated.
He the entire sequence in Rogue Nation where he's underwater for like 6 minutes straight, he did. He learned how to like be able to hold your breath for that long.
Mm-hmm.
He's just fucking nuts. He scaled the Burj Khalifa. Like,
Is he just like?
hung
The
hung
fucking
onto an actual
skydiving
plane.
scene in Fallout.
Yep.
Yeah, when they did the Halo
He
jump.
did an actual Halo jump.
Is
Oh,
he just
insane.
like a thrill seeker? Like,
Probably.
I think he's just so committed to the craft that he wants everything to look as like
Also
realistic as
I
possible.
guess that's
you know?
fair.
Which, like, if you're making that movie, like, it sells the credibility of his stunt.
Because
you know what I mean?
That's true.
for the new Top Gun, all of them are still in those jets when they're doing it. There's just a pilot in the seat behind them,
Right.
flying it. But like they're all in the fucking jets doing the shit. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
So, you know, at some point you respect the man for what he puts out. He might be nuts and possibly a bad person. I don't really know, but
Yeah,
like
for-
he commits.
For
He is
all
the
the-
quintessential example of separate the art from the artist.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like, he is like, when people always say, like, oh, separate the art from the artist, which in some cases you just can't do, in my
It's true.
opinion.
But
It's
Tom
true. I
Cruise,
think
I'll
it's-
separate the art from the artist.
I mean, if he's just if he believes in crazy UFO, L. Ron Hubbard's coming back from planet Xylon shit, I could separate that. But like Chris Brown, who like beat the fucking shit out of Rihanna,
Right.
and like there is photo evidence of it, like no, I'm like, what an asshole.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
but with the like fighter jets and stuff, I remember for Mark's
Very excited about that movie, by the
birthday,
way.
we went to go
Top
see
Gun?
like a airplane show. I don't know what they call it.
Blue Angels,
I have no idea.
Air Show.
It was an air show.
yeah.
Okay.
No, I get it.
It was
Yeah,
an
yeah.
air show upstate, and they had the like big black jets.
Oh, the Blackhawks.
Sure.
Sure.
Those things are fucking huge
Yeah.
And loud.
and loud. Oh my god. They were doing this one thing where it was like one
Okay, so
here
not
and
a
one here.
Blackhawk then.
and
That's like
they-
a helicopter, right?
No, it was,
No. The
It was like a jet.
Blackbird maybe,
I don't
but
know.
not. It wouldn't be the S-71 Blackbird.
I just know it was
Oh yeah, isn't that like the experimental? Sorry. Go ahead.
a black
Blackbird.
big giant thing. I
That's
think
what it was.
they had 3 of them. But they were doing this thing where they were trying to
It
like
wasn't that, I assume.
I could not tell you.
Okay, well, it wasn't that. I know for a fact that shit ain't showing up to an air show doing shit.
I just know that they were going real fast and they were like trying to break the sound barrier
Okay.
where you see like
yeah, like
no.
like the little circle.
Yeah.
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 The SR-71 Blackbird had the highest altitude and set the speed record for a pretty long period of time.
You know. But
It
yeah,
was
at
rad.
first they weren't going to like cuz at the beginning they just had like little tiny like one passenger planes
Mm-hmm.
just doing like little loop-de-loops and they because of the weather it was overcast that day and they kept having to announce being like we have to delay, so we thought they weren't going to do it because of the weather and I
Yeah.
was like that stinks, but then they did. It
Mm.
was neato culo.
Hell yeah.
And they zoomed by real quick.
I know they're so fucking loud. I went to a Giants game once, and they flew over the stadium, and like you could hear it like coming, like approaching and stuff like that, and you're like, oh, that's pretty cool. But then when they fly over, like my ears,
Yeah.
I went like deaf for a second. Like it was
Yeah.
like
Well,
It's
working at West Point,
so
they do
loud.
flyovers
all the time.
all the time.
I went to an Army Navy game once when I was like 13, and like they flew over, and I was
Pretty
like,
fucking rad though every time.
it is pretty cool.
Also,
but, like,
when they
it's
do the
so
skydiver
fucking
shit,
loud.
the skydiver.
Oh yeah,
is
where the
so
guy like
fucking
lands right in the
cool.
middle of the
Yeah.
field. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Also, the funnest part is they always have the last person with an American flag, and you know you can't let it touch the ground.
Yeah.
So you just see these 2 people on the field like running back and forth trying to get ready to catch it, and they fuck it up a lot. and they're surrounded by like people in the and you're just like, they're gonna get yelled at later. Also, okay, so
I mean, who fucking cares, dude?
I
Like
know.
the
dude-
military will.
I
Oh, yeah, I
never
guess.
understood that. The like you can't let the flag touch
It's just
the
like a
ground.
respect thing.
But like
It's because we never hit rock bottom, Sage.
Yeah.
it's
So all right,
It's
so this
cloth.
might be kind of morbid, but I want to see what your guys' opinions are.
Okay.
Okay, so I have this theory, right?
Okay.
That for those skydivers,
Uh-huh.
right? If there is something that goes wrong and say their chute doesn't open.
yeah,
Okay.
you're dead.
Now I assume that like there's a plan A, which is they have a clear hand signal or something, and then like one of the other ones fucking rushes up and tries to like hook into them.
Yeah.
I assume. But if everything goes wrong,
It's a pile up of
I
skydivers without the
like,
chutes.
I have to assume that they are told to go as far away from the base as possible.
That's so fucked.
right? But like, am I wrong?
But, like, that's probably the case.
I have to assume
You
that they are
can't
told go towards
splatter.
like the river or something.
Yeah,
like,
I can't imagine they're like just
like you're not
still-
gonna live, but I have to. I have
can't
to
imagine
they
they're
tell
like just still land in the center of the field.
right.
Yeah, no, honestly, I would be like, fuck you. Out of spite, I would land right in the middle of the field and make them watch.
But like I have
Yeah.
to assume that they are told
There's
Yeah.
gotta
go
be,
away.
Just like get out of the way.
There
yeah.
has to be some kind of protocol.
yeah.
yeah.
And-
Where because if you think about it, like if you have that happen, right? They're falling, and nothing is working. I think they would have to go away because the people who are watching, when you see them go away, you think, oh, they're like.
Yeah,
Because
and
if
they
you-
pull their chutes pretty high up, so I have to assume it's enough time that they would realize, okay, just leave. But
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you almost don't see them,
Right.
so like I have to assume that they're pulling their chutes by a point that they would know they have enough distance to get away if something happens.
Yeah, and I'm assuming they have like backup shoots too and stuff.
Oh
And
yeah,
then
that's
they
what
have,
I'm saying.
the other
Like
people in
worst
the
case
air.
scenario, because I have to assume Plan A is you flatten out, somebody dives towards you, you link up.
Yeah,
Like that makes the most sense
for sure.
But if just everything went wrong, I have to assume at some point during briefings when they're like going like and they're talking about becoming that person that does that, that they're like, just know if everything
Sorry,
else fails,
sir.
you
What-
got to
what-
go away.
What do
Yeah.
you think it was like for like the first people that when they were like first inventing the parachute and they're like, all right, sir, I just need you to jump out of this moving plane and pull this string.
Yeah, it's like how the fuck did they test
I
that? You know?
swear.
How many
I'm,
people
I'm pretty
died
sure.
from
The,
it?
swear
yeah, I'm pretty
we'll
sure.
catch you.
Like original paratroopers. I mean, there's a reason their songs are so fucking gory.
Yeah.
Like the song, I literally think it's called "Gory" or whatever. Like, it's just because they fucking just died by the like droves.
Yeah,
because their parachutes didn't fucking work. They were shitty. They were easy to like.
But here's the thing.
not work.
Hot take. I think paratroopers are a bad fucking idea. Because like, who would want to like?
That's why you do it at night.
That's the thing too. It's like, well, you're dropping from like a plane like 30,000 feet in the air, and like it's like 1942 where we like barely had air travel. You know, it's like
One of the greatest
whose
scenes.
bright
we
idea?
just invented like
Yeah, really,
radar
like,
technology.
Whose fucking bright idea was, let's send like 30,000 people to just like jump out of a fucking plane
I think
over,
one of the
Hope for
over
the best.
fucking France
Hope
at
for
night.
the best.
I think one of the strongest scenes in. I personally like this movie. I know a lot of people don't, but Overkill or
Overlord?
Overlord.
No, Overlord rocks.
Yeah, but like
That's the
one
closest
of the
we'll ever get to a
strongest opening
Wolfenstein
scenes
movie. Yeah.
is just it's just a bunch of people on this fucking
Yeah.
death trap small ass thing that's like really shitty plane. They're all sitting there. They're all paratroopers, and then like the AA guns start going off.
Yeah.
And then they're like, all right, go, 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 and you just see people's like some people's parachutes don't open. People are like throwing up because it's just so rocky, and then just the plane gets shot and like. Just because it's so unarmored that it just bullets rip through it, it falls apart, and then people just get fucking thrown out. Like,
yeah, like somebody like a shell hits it and like people get sucked
yeah,
out because
like
of the vacuum.
paratroopers and flamethrower military units were like I think like the highest death rate.
Yeah, stupid
Wait,
idea.
also,
Stupid idea.
I don't know if this is a stupid question, but you know how like
Flamethrowers were fucked.
on
Oh, yeah.
airplanes, you're not supposed to like open the hatch door.
Yeah.
But you know how in like a military operation they'll have like the helicarriers or whatever,
Uh-huh.
and they like go like this so you can jump out with
Uh-huh.
a parachute. Does
Right.
that not give the same kind of like air suction effect?
No. So, okay. So
Does that
first
make
of all,
sense?
most of the
Yeah.
time
No, I
they
get what
are
you're
like.
Or is
hooked
it because
in.
it's like pressurized in some
Yeah,
way
yeah.
different?
But so realistically, in real life, if you open something, like even if you're in a passenger plane and you open the door, there's not actually like a massive pull you out of the fucking plane suction thing.
Right, I know it's not going to be like a vacuum.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. But
It's just a
still gonna
lot
be-
of wind.
It's still going to be like a forcible amount.
Yeah,
of
yeah.
wind.
But like, I mean, if you watch skydiving videos, right? They're in fucking single engine planes. They just slide that shit open. And they're
I guess
just like-
that's fair.
And then there's like, all right, cool, go.
And they're like, all right, see you later.
Yeah,
Bye.
and for things like
I
like
don't-
giant cargo plane like things where people are jumping out of that stuff, like everything's fucking cinched down and whatnot. You open that up, that yes, there's like a movement of air, but also everybody's in pressurized suits and they're all locked in and everything's locked down.
See, that's what I'm wondering about. Like, not like single passenger planes, but more like like a commercial airliner.
Yeah. No, there's
If
like-
if they do that, I guess pressurized different.
no. So it's all still pressurized the same. It's just that like there would just end up being a lot of wind, but not really like a suction thing.
Yeah, it wouldn't be like a vacuum effect.
Yeah, you'd realistically be mostly fine.
Yeah.
Also,
I don't know why, but that made me think of, is it Alien Resurrection, where the like morph alien thing gets like suction
a
through
pinprick,
the
suck the asshole out.
That one would happen because it's space.
Right.
That would be the case.
Yeah.
But not on a plane.
But also, how does
like if there was like in movies when like a fucking like gun goes off in a passenger plane, then like the fucking whole wall rips open.
Yeah.
Like that wouldn't happen.
No.
You'd just be like, that's really fucking loud. You just close the window. Like,
you'd be like, thanks, bruh.
Yeah. But no, in space, no, you'd be fucked.
No, in space you're dead.
Yeah.
But also, like, okay, so the alien gets sucked out through the like quarter-size hole. How does Ridley not just go?
Because
that movie's bad.
Well, yeah,
Sage.
but also like
that movie is incredible.
That movie fucking sucks.
There's
so bad.
explosive.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
it's not. Never mind. Go ahead.
There is explosive decompression, but like.
Does that only last so long type deal?
No. It won't.
But
technically, because
once
once all of the atmosphere in the thing you're in is gone, then yeah, technically it balances out because there's nothing in there.
I guess that's true.
But then you also then you just die anyway. But I'm pretty sure they seal the hole.
Oh, I thought she was just like.
I think they seal it,
or just
like
left.
a door goes
yeah.
down or something
I thought they were
that
just like, all right,
cuts it off.
bye.
Yeah, I think something seals it off.
Gotcha.
But yeah, like technically, yeah, everything would keep exiting. And then there's like. Or no, I think that's decompression. Then there's explosive decompression, which is like something really goes wrong, and then like it just rips apart, and like you're just fucked. But you could also like be kind of fine. Like you ever see the movie Martian? The Martian?
Yeah. With what's
Matt
his
Damon?
face? No.
At one point, he's like in space, and they're trying to like reach him. But he's like not close enough to get to them or whatever. So he punctures a hole in his spacesuit so that way the depressurized air can like push him through space. And then like he just kind of keeps trying to close it so he doesn't fucking die.
Right.
So like you can do that kind of shit and be like relatively okay. Because that's based in science. I'm pretty sure.
Wouldn't you get like hypothermia with the exposed skin?
Not immediately. But
it would set on pretty quick.
Pretty fast. I mean like it's still like it's like imagine just putting like a small cut in your
I guess that's
in your
okay,
like shirt.
That's fair.
I mean, like you're still probably not gonna be okay.
You're not gonna have a good time.
But like you'd probably be fine after a bit.
But you're not gonna die.
Yeah.
Who's the one in Interstellar? Is that also Matt Damon?
No, it's
Matt Damon is also in that movie.
Yeah. No, it's Matthew McConaughey.
But Matthew McConaughey is
no,
the
I
main
know
character.
it's Matthew McConaughey. I just know Matt Damon's character lied about finding life on a different planet.
That is Matt Damon. Yeah.
Yes.
I don't like that movie.
Really?
No.
I like that movie.
That movie's okay.
I don't. I find myself realizing that I don't like a lot of Christopher Nolan's movies.
Really? Because I think Dunkirk is excellent.
Dunkirk is a movie that I really loved but would never watch again.
Okay.
Because I feel like that is a movie that would feel worse rewatching, not in like a fucking immaculate audio setup.
Not in like a theater.
Like if I were just to watch that on my TV setup, I feel like it would not be as good.
Well, you have the same setup that you had in your basement, right?
Yeah.
I feel like Dunkirk would sound pretty good on that.
Yeah, but like it's more maybe, but also like the fact that like I feel like you'd have to like have a special circumstance.
Experience, right?
But like I loved that movie.
Yeah,
Tenet I thought was way up its own ass.
Yeah. We talked about how we both thought it was way up its own ass, right?
Yeah.
Like Alex fucking like loves that movie, and I'm like, all right.
Tenant's okay.
Like
Tenet's
it's
fine.
just fine.
Yeah.
It's
fine.
so up its own ass.
I think as he's gotten older, Chris Nolan has become a worse writer.
I would agree.
Yeah.
Like,
not that I think Tenet is poorly written. I think it's just incredibly convoluted, which I guess in a sense
I was gonna say
that
like
is
more
poor writing.
convoluted.
Inception, I think is good.
Oh, excellent!
Great movie.
That's his best
Great
movie.
movie.
His best
movie.
movie. Well, one of his best movies.
I have not seen Memento, so I can't speak on that.
Memento, excellent, excellent movie.
I famously do not like his Batman movies.
Famously.
Well, I've mentioned it before, but like
But don't you
it's
not like them
just
because
the voice?
Because
It's
you
just
don't like
Bale's
Christian
voice.
Bale.
Well, the thing
No,
is, like,
I'm
with
fine
the Dark
with Christian
Knight,
Bale as like whatever. his voice is so grating to me.
It's stupid.
That I just can't.
Where is he?
Yeah,
it's bad.
I just can't. Like I can't do it. I'm sure if you just changed that one aspect of the movie, I'd be like, this movie's great.
But the thing
But
is
I can't.
too, the thing is too with his Batman movies, Batman's a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
In like those movies, because like the reason why I love the Batman so much is because Bruce, like the Batman,
It's
is like
the
finally
smartest
a detective.
Batman we've ever got.
He's finally a detective. Like he's allowed to
Yeah,
like
no,
detect.
in the
And then
Christopher
but in the
Nolan
Kristen
ones,
Bale
he doesn't
one,
figure anything out
that's
on
the
his
thing.
own.
That's everybody tells him the solution to everything, and I'm like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is even the point? Like he's the world's greatest detective. Like what's the fucking
Not-
point?
No, in the Christopher Nolan ones, he's too busy buying out restaurants. Like,
No, here's the thing though. I love those movies. I think those movies are fantastic. But like Batman in those movies is like just some like meth head thug. Like you know what I mean? Like
he's like a level 2 like
yeah, like
boss.
he is like a meth head that's like consistently trying to get himself sober. But like has fucked up his throat so much that like he can't like hold a normal conversation with somebody.
It's just
You know
like,
what I mean?
Ooh.
I hate his voice in that movie. I can't stand
Yeah.
Christian Bale's voice.
It bothers me so much that I just can't really enjoy the movie.
But I rewatched.
I love the
Dark Knight
Joker though.
recently.
Who doesn't? But I
Yeah.
love the Joker in that movie.
Funny, I rewatched Batman
Ledger's,
Begins.
I mean.
Yeah, I rewatched Batman Begins and Dark Knight recently. Those movies are still excellent.
I think I
Still
do
great.
think I need to rewatch them. I haven't watched them since they came
Batman
out.
Begins, I think personally, holds up.
I still don't like Dark Knight Rises.
I don't think most people like that movie.
Also, speaking of characters I can't fucking stand listening to,
Bane?
now there's two. You
Oh,
can't
Bane?
even understand what Bane is saying.
I don't know why. I just think like, especially them having Bane, he's just such a. His motive is so weak in the movie.
What does he want to do? Just like anarchy?
Yeah,
that
that's
it?
it. It's just
Oh, okay.
anarchy. Like he just wants to like fuck shit up essentially, and that's it. Like create chaos and order. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Sure.
To throw off the balance of things.
Yeah, I guess comparatively
Which
to like
it-
the Joker and Ra's al Ghul.
No, and that like, I just.
But here's the thing. I think like in Batman Begins though, like that movie holds up really fucking well.
I think so.
Like Ra's al Ghul, like Liam Neeson as Ra's al Ghul is so good in that movie. And then like
I don't
and
remember
you're
him
right,
being
like,
very Ra's al Ghul vibes to me, but again, it
he's-
also
he's
has been
not-
a
he's
very
not,
long
like-
time since I've seen
He's
it.
not an eco-terrorist in the movie like he usually is.
Yeah.
He's not an eco-terrorist, but like, or maybe he is actually.
He
I
sure
don't
might be.
remember why he is the way he is, but
Uh,
I think it's because Batman like betrayed like the League of Shadows and like they want to like
Oh yeah, he like trains with the League of Assassins
yeah,
or whatever.
or League
in
of
that,
Assassins.
right?
Yeah, it's like it's a different origin, but one that I think works.
Well,
At least for the
I think
universe that it's in
technically
already.
He still does train with it in the. I don't remember.
Well, yeah, because like doesn't he like fuck
his
Talia al
background
Ghul?
changes a lot.
Yeah, he like fucks Talia al Ghul for like a hot second. At least in the Neil Adams, I think run, I think he like fucks Talia al Ghul and then has Damien or whatever, or maybe that's later.
No, because well, I mean, there's comics change all the fucking time, but
Yeah.
but no, at least Damien's normal origin is that him and Talia slept together, but she drugged him, and then she like artificial inseminates. Like she has the
Oh,
kid, but
she,
then
like,
puts it in a pod, and she
Takes
doesn't.
his sperm.
Yeah, like
Okay.
she doesn't have the kid. Like she puts it in a fucking pod.
Oh,
She's
right,
like, I ain't
right.
going through fucking birth. Fuck
Uh-huh.
that shit. And so yeah, Damien's technically from like date rape. Yeah.
That's nice.
Wait a minute. I think you said they had sex and then she
No,
drugged
she
him.
drugs him.
Oh, so she drugs him before the sex.
Yeah.
Oh, so she fucking sucks, is what you're saying.
Okay, so Talia.
Before the
First of all, I've
sex.
always
Yeah.
thought that Talia was not the best love interest for Bruce.
No, it's always been Selena.
It's always
and
Selena.
will be Selena.
Always Selena.
It's
always
been
Selena.
I am hardcore about this.
And I am always and forever will be annoyed that first of all, I did not think Tom King's fucking Batman run was any good anyway, but besides the point. That he actually gave us Batman Catwoman.
Yeah, he did.
And it was leading
Yeah,
to a
fuck yeah,
wedding.
he did.
And then
And then he
of course,
fucked it up.
as comics do, they were like, I'm sure it was editors. Because he was also leaving the run, and then the next person probably didn't want
But
to write
here's the
that.
thing, though. They gave him a series about Batman and Catwoman after he got off of Batman.
Well, right, because people were pissed that they canceled.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's probably because the next writer didn't want to write that.
Oh, really? Is
That's usually kind of how that kind of stuff
Oh,
works.
okay.
Like, because you'll have your arc, but once your arc's over, a lot of writers go, I don't want to follow through with that. I want to do my own thing. So because it's comics, there's a through line, but there's a through line.
Oh, okay, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
So
it's a lot less cut and dry than like a book series.
Yeah, because like comic writers can just can honestly, if they wanted to, they can ignore most of the shit that just happened.
Well, that's the thing too. Is
like in the first issue, they'll kind of tie it up and then be like, anyway, moving on.
Isn't the new writer on the new Batman going to be Chip Zdarsky? Yeah, that fucking rules.
Yeah,
right? Yeah,
it
that's
is.
so cool. Yeah, that rules.
And it seems like he's using Tim Drake as the Robin.
That rocks.
Yeah,
That rocks. I know Kirsten really likes Tim Drake.
Yeah, Tim Drake is Kirsten's favorite. Eamon's is Dick Grayson. Mine is Jason Todd. And then I don't know anyone whose favorite is Damien.
Yeah, literally nobody.
To be fair, I was an
asshole and was just like, actually, my favorite's Carrie.
I thought you were gonna say.
From Dark Knight
I thought you were gonna
Returns.
say Stephanie Brown.
No.
Fun fact: I've been reading a lot of Batgirl recently.
Batgirl rules.
Yeah, and I fucking love Cassandra and Stephanie Brown. They're so great. And I recently was on. All right, this is gonna get like way more into like fandom shit. But what's up?
My favorite Robin, Rick Grayson.
Mine is
Shout out
also
to Rick
Grayson.
Shout out to Rick Grayson.
No, my Robin's also Dick Grayson. Or it's close second is Tim Drake. I love Tim Drake too.
But so this is like getting into fandom stuff. But I was recently watching a video and someone was like, "You cannot convince me that Jason Todd and Stephanie Brown are not the bestest of friends." And I was like, "All right, hit me with your reasoning here, person." And they were like. Because Stephanie Brown also, as a Robin, went super fucking like far in. Like she was gonna murder her dad because her dad's a supervillain. If you don't know that,
who's her dad?
Her dad is a knockoff Riddler.
Okay.
She calls herself Spoiler because he's Clue Master.
That's really kind of funny. That's kind of funny.
And for a while, she's not even taken on by Batman. She just becomes a vigilante and then like kind of works adjacent. with
so
him.
like kind of the same with Batwoman.
Yeah,
because Batwoman was the same.
But
way.
she is an untrained child who is constantly fucking up.
Stephanie Brown.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stephanie Brown.
I was about to say because Kate is not
Stephanie
untrained,
Brown through her entire first arc of existing. Is she constantly fucks things up like all the time.
Yeah.
She is making things worse. She dies at one point because she starts a massive gang war that almost wipes Gotham off the planet of Earth, like the Earth, because so. She is a very untrained, danger to others vigilante called Spoiler.
Yeah.
She runs into Tim Drake, Robin, and like they start having a thing. She never knows his name for a really
like
long
a romance
time.
thing?
Yeah, they
or
date
like,
for a while.
Oh, okay.
They date for like a while.
Really?
Yeah, and then
Look at what she looks
at
like.
some point she gets kind of into the family, gets kicked out. Gets kind of into the family, gets kicked out.
She's like a cousin.
Yeah. And then she gets accepted as Robin when Tim Drake leaves because his dad finds out he's Robin. Is like, fuck that, you're not doing that.
Right.
So she becomes Robin. But then she's like too she doesn't really listen to Bruce. She has like her own moral code because of her dad. And like so she goes too far and Bruce kicks her out again. At this time also she is like constantly interweaving with Cassandra Cain. And they kind of like become really good friends. But that's like a whole thing. And then when she gets kicked out again, Bruce basically is like, if you ever become a Spoiler again and like interact with us, like you're done, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so she goes into the cave, I believe, and finds his plans. Yeah. That's the her like New 52 design thing.
Mm-hmm. She kind of looks a little like Huntress.
Yeah, I actually really like her costume design though.
But it's Huntress vibes. I think it's because of the purple.
In the pre-New 52, because in New 52 she just has like a mask, like a regular face mask kind of thing. It's like looks like a solid plastic or whatever.
Yeah.
In the older version, it's like a silhouette mask where it's like pure black with white eyes, and she wears the hood. Mm-hmm. But so she finds this plan that Bruce had in order to like stop crime from the gangs, like the gang crime and whatever, and she tries to do it on her own, and it just fails horribly, and she ends up dying in the process. Turns out, because comics, she's not really dead or whatever, but everyone thinks she is, and she gets buried and whatnot, blah, 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 blah. Right, so I was like, where the fuck was I going with this? So she was like a mess for a while, you know?
Yeah.
And so the person's point was that like, him and her and Jason, they'd have like the first time they kind of meet, and he'd be like, what's your deal? And she'd be like, and explain everything that happened with her as going through Robin, not being Robin. He'd just be like, want to be best friends?
Cool.
Like, want to go fuck over Bruce? Like,
That's
want to
what
go
happened to
because
me.
because Jason and Stephanie are the two in the family that constantly are like, fuck Bruce and his bullshit. Like, fuck that guy. So like they would just bond over that, and I was like, yeah, that's canon to me now. Like I don't care. Like,
have they ever canonically met?
Oh yeah, I mean yeah.
Okay.
Like they've canonically like interacted,
Yeah.
but there's never been like a thing where they like, as far as I'm aware, where they've like explicitly like had like multiple scenes or
Maybe
like,
you could be the first one that gives
Yeah,
them a
right?
best friendship.
But her and Cassandra Cain are fucking great because originally like Cassandra doesn't really know how to talk. She's mostly mute. She's not like a normal person. She doesn't know how to be like a person because of her upbringing. And so Stephanie Brown's just like this regular teenage girl who just is stupid and took up vigilantism because she's an idiot. And they just like become friends, and it's really, really sweet. But there's like a whole thing with Cassandra like being like obsessed with Batman, not Bruce Wayne, but like Batman, and like whenever he's like, you got to cut her off, like you can't, whatever. And it's a really sad scene when she like realizes Stephanie like comes and they hang out and go for a day, and then she's like, hey, why don't I like go vigilante some shit? She's like, no, I think you should stop doing that. And she's like, did Bruce put you up to this? And she's like, well, you kind of are a danger. And she's like, wow, fuck you. And like a little rightfully so, but also like she is a danger, you know.
Right.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
And Cass, because she doesn't really have like the human interaction, she's like, but like still friends though. And she's
oh,
like,
poor baby.
and she's like, no, friends wouldn't fuck over each other like this. And like walks out, and you just see Cass be like,
best.
oh, and you're just like, oh, Cass, no.
Oh my God.
I have the entire run. If you're interested, it's so good.
Jesus Christ.
But yeah,
Poor baby, she's trying her best.
yeah, it's like it's a whole fucking thing. That like era of the Bat family is nuts. Like Dick Grayson, kind of a huge prick the entire time to Cass, like just an asshole. Like Bruce, also kind of like a manipulative asshole. The only one really looking out for her is Barbara Gordon, who at the time is like wheelchair bound. Barbara Gordon.
Yeah, she's Oracle.
Yeah, she's Oracle, and like even she has like her own thing where it seems like she's trying to like live out her old Batgirl days through Cassandra, but like it's a weird time of the Bat family. Early 2000s comics, really. You
Good
know?
times.
Yeah. But where the fuck were we going with this?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
Oh, that like Bat comics that like Chip Zdarsky has taken over, and then
Yeah.
just like you know, you don't really get the detective Batman a lot.
Yeah, you really don't. And it really annoys me because he's the world's greatest detective. I want to see him solve shit. At least the Arkham games made him do that. Which
Was
is
he
pretty good.
detective-y in the Justice League animated series? I can't
Yes.
remember.
Yeah, sometimes he was.
Because I haven't watched it in so long.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah,
can't
like
remember.
the Batman animated
Bro,
series,
like,
and then into Justice
I got
League.
a bone to pick.
Justice League used it a little less in terms of detectiveness. They used his smarts, but like you know, because it's Justice League, there's so much shit going on.
Right. There's
Yeah.
too. I think there's too much for them to be
like they still
focusing
did
on it.
sometimes, but
Yeah.
a lot of times it was more just like his intelligence.
Yeah.
Right.
I got a bone to pick with Bruce Timm because I absolutely love the man, but he's got such a fucking hard on for Bruce and Barbara getting together, and it needs to stop.
It
needs to stop.
It's technically it's even in the original animated series
It is.
because
It
it's
is.
never explicitly said, but that's the reason why Dick leaves and like quits being Robin.
Right, because Bruce steals her from Dick. Yeah, it's fucking
Yeah.
awful.
Well, not but steals her, but like they find out there's a comic that like has that little time
Isn't
period.
Barbara supposed to be young?
Uh-huh.
And like and she like walks up to Bruce it's in the animated universe, and she's like, oh hey, like I'm pregnant, and Bruce is like, and it's like a panel of like him flat faced, and he's like, oh, I should go like congratulate Dick, and she's like, oh well, I'm 6 weeks pregnant, he's only been back for 4, and he's just like,
The scandal, my goodness.
yeah. Bruce Timm has a real hard on for that.
Yeah, and he also loves Bruce Wayne and Wonder Woman together, Which, like,
to be fair though,
in the show,
that show makes me want
in
it.
the
I don't
show
want it
it's
in the
great.
comics.
No, in the show it's great.
I can't blame him for that in the Justice League animated series.
Yeah.
Like I don't
No,
want it
in the show
comics.
it's great.
Yeah.
In the show,
In the
it's really good.
no, I'm like no.
I don't want it in the comics, but in the
always
show it
Selena,
works.
baby.
In the show it works.
Yeah, it does.
Like
the one scene where they have to defend Gorilla City from like the nuclear missile, and he thinks she dies, and he's like, Diana, no, and then like he's like about to cry.
Diana, no.
And then she like puts his hand on his face, and she's like, I'm okay, cowboy, and I'm like, oh.
or the scene where she gets like turned into a pig, and so he goes up onto stage and just belts out the most beautiful song you've ever heard. Kevin Conroy sing.
Kevin Conroy sings and
then
shit, yeah.
and then she comes back and like they're walking down the watchtower like hallway or whatever, and she's like, oh, but like, you know, I know that you like do care or whatever. And then she like takes a few steps away and she starts humming the song. She knew that he sang it. He just like stops where he's walking.
What about when they're in the restaurant, when they're like hiding from like the aliens or whatever, and then she like fucking makes out with them at the table, and I'm like, sheesh.
You know who else was an iconic Justice
She
League
would
couple?
murder that man in bed.
Jon Stewart and
Hawk Girl.
Hell yeah.
They were the best couple in that show. They got the most screen time.
They got so
deservedly.
much screen time.
Deservedly.
They got like a whole ass fucking arc.
And then he
going
goes
on.
with Vixen for a while.
Yeah, because they break up, and then he goes to the
Yes.
future and he meets Hawkman, and he's like, "Oh, who's your parents?" And he's
Warhawk.
like, "Well, you." Oh yeah, Warhawk.
Yes.
He's like, "Who's your parents?" And he's like, "You."
Yeah.
You,
And then
my
Hawk Girl.
guy.
well, yeah, he says, isn't it obvious? And then old Bruce Wayne is like, even if it isn't, or even if it is, don't say anything. And then immediately after that, Virgil, Static Shock is like, yeah, you should have seen Shia. She was one cranky pregnant lady, but I would be too if I laid an egg that big. And then the son's like, shut up, dude. Like, don't believe that.
That is so funny.
But,
Yeah, no, their relationship on that show is so fucking good.
So good.
So
oh
good.
my god. I remember. I think.
But
it
also,
was-
like, Wonder Woman would fucking, like, murder Bruce in bed, right? Like,
yeah, absolutely.
No, I'm sure
she'd
she could be
fucking, if she's
No,
on top,
she could
she
do like
breaks
a super
his
strength.
pelvis.
No, she could do like a Superman thing where like control her strength. Because how do you think he fucks Lois?
Nah, but
what do you
like,
think he's gonna fuck her into? They're on the high rise. He's gonna fuck her every
but
floor
like,
down.
Yeah.
she murders
She's-
Bruce. Like, she goes hard, dude. She's an
Hello?
Amazon. You don't think she's going hard?
No, she's probably gonna go hard, but she's probably gonna like control it a little bit. You know?
That man
No.
comes out with fractured bones.
I think she.
Yeah.
I think she.
hairline fractures at
They
least.
can only fuck
She
once
fucked
a
the shit
year,
out of
so he
Steve.
can recover.
She fucked Steve Trevor and he's fine.
Is he?
She
He's
broke
dead.
his bones
Is he
too.
dead?
In the comics, he's like
He's
constantly
dead.
alive.
Yeah,
and
of course,
whatever,
of
but
course. Like,
That's how he died. He didn't die sacrificing
plane.
himself.
That's
He-
just the story they told.
Yeah, that's the story they told, so he didn't seem like
She
a
was
coward.
she was
An
the one that
asshole.
had that he was the trial, and she was like, all right, maybe I should always be the bottom. But yeah, like absolutely only in the only in the animated universe do I want to see them
I'm just
together.
thinking about like Superman and Lois like live on the top floor of a penthouse, and like Superman just goes a little too hard, and like every time he thrusts, like their floor goes down a floor
Wait,
until
what-
they hit like the ground
What
level.
was that movie? I think it's like My Super Ex-Girlfriend or something. It was a movie. It was almost kind of like a parody movie, and
God.
Uma Thurman is in it. And it's this guy who like dates a girl who gets like superpowers.
What's it called?
I'm pulling up right now.
I don't know what it's called, but she gets superpowers,
Uh-huh.
and then they break up, and then he dates another girl who has the same superpowers.
Oh, he's got a type.
Yeah, and then it's like a.
Fucking
Did I just
poster.
flatline you for a second?
And,
like,
and then they have, and then like the ex-girlfriend, who I'm pretty sure Uma Thurman is the ex-girlfriend.
Uh-huh.
She gets like all jealous and she's trying to kill him. It is my super ex-girlfriend.
who is it? Uma Thurman and who else?
And
Luke
who's-
Wilson.
It's Uma Thurman and Luke Wilson. Yeah,
Oh God Almighty.
yeah. This cast very odd.
It is a garbage movie, but I highly recommend it.
It's got Luke Wilson, Anna Faris.
Oh yeah, she's the
Hello?
other girlfriend.
Yeah. The dude from The Office, Dwight.
Oh, Rainn Wilson.
Yeah. This movie is fucking interesting.
It is not good. I'll be honest.
40% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I'll be honest. It's,
Oh, that's higher than I was expecting.
4.2 out of 10 on IMDb.
Yeah, but who gives a fuck about what IMDb?
it's,
That's all people.
It's not very good, but it is entertaining. I will say that much.
All right. Hey, thanks for watching this week's episode of Vaguely Anime Podcast. You have 1 week to watch Gurren Lagann. So, 27 episodes. Get to it. And yeah, so that'll be it for this episode. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe if you're watching us on YouTube. If you're listening to us on any streaming service, don't forget to follow, leave a like, leave a review. Don't forget to check out Anthony at Super Milkshake on YouTube, Kat at Kat the Moonstar on Twitch, and that'll be all for us this week. So we will see you guys next week for our anime club. And let me know that you agree that it is an incredible anime and one of the best. All right, cool. See you guys next week. Bye.
Hell yeah.
Bye.
See you guys.
Bye.